Next item is Assistant Superintendents and Recommendations. Mr. Martin?
Thank you, Mr. Birding. Members of the board, I have one item for your consideration. Under Personnel Professional, it's item number 1, employment of a credit recovery and/or credit flexibility instructor. That's my only item.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Martin. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve that recommendation.
So moved.
Second?
Any questions or comments? Mrs. Lamb, will you call the roll?
Mr. Bagley?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Neill?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundram?
Yes.
Mr. Birding?
Yes, motion passes. Committee reports. Well, Mrs. Shorter is not here this evening to update us on a legislative update, so move into the Butler Tech update. And actually, I kind of have a lengthy update tonight, and I apologize for the timeliness of the update and the fact that it coincides with our State of the District address. And
You can have my planning commission time.
can I have your planning commission time? You yield your time. So on January 28th, Butler Tech cut the ribbon on the addition of the bioscience building at the Westchester campus, making room for students that are already attending that school, but they were doing their learning in classrooms that were adapted from staff areas. Actually, the staff, the teachers were working out of the basement. They gave up their space in the office area for students. A group of Butler Tech staff and board members spent Wednesday and Thursday of this week in Columbus, meeting with our representatives and senators to discuss school funding and other pressing matters. Everything from Ed Choice vouchers to the funding cap, formula, and guarantee were extensively discussed and the impact that they have on public education in Ohio. We have reached a few of them, and we had some good conversations. We also discussed eliminating some of the unfunded mandates as a way of freeing up some money for the local school districts. And I want to thank Mr. Smith for providing me with some of that material to discuss. And that was also really well received because they're always looking for ways, if they can't help us with the funding, how they can help us other ways to free up some money. I was in the chamber and witnessed the House vote 88-7 to pass Senate Bill 89 with the amendment addressing Ed Choice. I think that what they're looking at is eliminating the, making it based on economic need, not based on performance. Because every representative and senator that I spoke with said that the report card is flawed, and to use that for basis of Ed Choice is not a good plan. So even the senators that we spoke to, even though the Senate plan is all about the report card, many senators that we spoke to understood that it was a problem and that they are going to try to work on something. One senator actually said that 20% of the parents that send their children to private school do so because they feel their student in a public school is over-tested. And they want to do away with all the testing that they have to do in public schools. And another senator said, or another representative said that the Ed Choice, the way it is currently written, only benefits the really rich or the students that are succeeding in the public schools. So it's not having the intended result that it was, or it's not having the result it was intended to have. Okay, I'll say that the January priority deadline for applications into Butler Tech for the 2020-2021 school year has passed. 369 Fairfield students applied. 267 were at the D. Russell Lee campus building, 19 at School of the Arts, 68 at the Bioscience campus, and 15 at the Natural Science Center. That's about 18% of the applications came from Fairfield. Mrs. Lane, I have all this emailed to you. So.
Thank you.
So there were 288 overall applications for 950 seats. So it's 57% of the kids that applied by the deadline will be turned away. 386 applications for the 150 10th grade academy seats. So 61% of those students will be turned away. 96 applicants for 75 information technology seats. 22% of those will not be able to get into that school. 89 applications for 29 welding seats. 72% of the kids that want to become welders, we just don't have room for. 218 applications for 100 healthcare science seats. So 54% of those kids will be turned away. We had 42 applications for 25 mechatronic seats. That's in a second year of existence, and 40% of those kids will be turned away. And that's that program that we added where the kids can leave high school with an associate's degree in engineering. Our aviation exploration program, we had 25 students apply for the 25 positions, so that's, no kid's going to be turned away on that, but again, it's only the second year of existence for that program. So tomorrow starts the first day, the first Friday of the Butler Tech 5th Day Experience. And I have distributed some facts to you on some spreadsheets as to some of the data. So we have 475 students attending an activity at one of the Butler Tech campuses on a non-school day tomorrow. 1,013 applications for activities that have a one-time occurrence tomorrow will be there. Now, some students will be taking advantage of multiple things, so that 1,013 students. 268 students signed up for an every Friday class, so 268 will not have a day off at all when there's no classes in session. Many more students will be working, interning, taking driver's ed classes, college visits, etc. There have been 4,147 applications when the application window opened for additional educational experiences at Butler Tech. Again, 4,147 applications for things that they could have just had the day off. Could have just not even bothered. They could have stayed home and played video games. I've included a page on some of the offerings that are full with a number of students on a waiting list. Our driver's ed opportunity filled up within 90 seconds of it being offered. And part of that is we're exploring adding another driver's ed experience. Part of it is that these kids have internships and work environment opportunities, but they have no way of getting there because they don't have a driver's license yet. It's too expensive to do that. Also, real quick, there's a Dunk and Donate. I want to say that because people have been saying Dunkin' Donuts, but Dunk and Donate fundraiser on March the 20th at Miami Valley Gaming from 2 to 7 p.m. That's when March Madness starts. It's a fundraiser for the students to pay for their trade tools, their welding goggles and helmets and gloves, the knives that the culinary students need, cosmetology, they need all kinds of things. So tickets are available. The tickets get you drinks and appetizers and desserts and a gaming card, and they're $50, and they are available on the Butler Tech website. So I've also included a little brochure that we send out to all the families, and it kind of goes over some of the opportunities that are available to our students. I think these go out to 10th graders. So if anybody has any questions on the Butler Tech update, I'll be happy to answer. Any comments?
Just exciting to hear all this stuff going on.
Yeah, it's, we were kind of like leery, like what are the kids going to do on their day off,
Yeah.
right? So, because these 15 Fridays, those hours are already covered throughout the rest of the school year because we cut down on the winter break and we eliminated spring break and we shortened the Thanksgiving break. So all those hours were gathered up so where we can have these 15 Fridays that are not really school days. And ODE fought us on it because there's some archaic law in the books that say schools have to be in session 5 days a week. So originally we got the verbal okay to do it, and then when we put it in place, they said, oh, no, wait a minute. We found some kind of rule, so we actually had to go up there and talk to them about it, and they have now asked our administrators and our leadership team to help them write new legislation on that where this could be repeated throughout the state. So that's pretty exciting news. So thank you for letting me have an extended update tonight. Thank you for yielding your time to me. So we'll skip by the planning commission update. We don't have anything in the parks, Mr. Smith?
No.
Okay.